Hey, what's up guys? Here's a new video on the Civic with obviously the new wheels and tires, and then I also just finished up within this last week new intercooler piping with the new speedfactory intercooler. The only thing I have left for that setup is to adjust the length of the rad hoses because they're a little short now, so they have to be lengthened by about 1 inch on the top and the bottom. So I'm just going to go around real quick and show you those things. So I did all this welding myself. I'm still a beginner aluminum welder, but it was really fun to do. So I got the clamp up here. I had to weld the flange onto the throttle body and to this piping here. These are kind of hard to put on. You have to get it the ring on the inside almost straight before you can even put this clamp on. I don't know if I'd recommend these at all. There's another company that makes them where they just stay over the piping, the clamp does, and you slide it over and twist it and it locks in place. I can't remember the name. I'll get it and probably put the name of it in the description so you can check that out. The only issue I had was getting this bottom clamp on because I had to cut the rad support out around there, as you can tell, to get that on because the radiator is a lot wider than the previous one. And getting that clamp on, it opens up so much before you can actually put it around there. It hits the radiator support area at the bottom here, and I actually had to remove the bumper and remove it from this area here on the throttle body to like extend it out farther so I could clamp it on and then push it back in and then bolt the radiator on. So there's gonna have to be some adjustment there before I can call that more functional than it was previously. So as you can tell, I have to adjust the length of the rad hoses because it's a little short there, and then at the bottom too. But I do like this intercooler a lot better. We got rid of a lot of tubing that went through the bumper area on each side. So I mean, it was like, I don't know, at least a few feet of tubing that was removed basically. Because as you can tell, this is a lot shorter in tubing. It's like only, I don't know, 8 inches of tubing there, as where it used to go down, straight down and then around, which is at least a couple feet probably. So this should flow a lot quicker, I would think, at least. The previous intercooler was 3-inch thick. This is only a 2.5-inch thick, but this intercooler is taller than the previous one. There's the old one over there. So yeah, that's pretty much done, minus the rad hoses, and then that'll be pretty much good to go. So I'm kind of excited that I did all that myself instead of having someone else do it. Feels pretty good to do this kind of stuff yourself, you know. So we'll move on to the wheels. These are Toyo Prox's R88R tires, and these are Volk Racing SL wheels. It's a 16 by 8 with a 34 offset, which fits like perfect. It's a 225, what is it, 225/45 tire. I was kind of nervous about the fitment at first when I actually originally picked up the tires from the shop, and I had them mounted on the wheels. But once I put them on, they fit perfect. Like, if you do get this like size fitment, you do have to roll the fenders if you go any lower than this, at least, because it is gonna hit some, because that lip sticks out about 1 inch on factory. But these are rolled all the way flat, so if there is any suspension travel, it will tuck in as it goes up, so it won't hit anything. But I do love these wheels. These are a lot lighter than my previous ones, and I love them. The steering even feels a lot better because the offsets allows the wheel to sit inward on the car, and the previous wheels like stuck out quite a bit. But the fitment's perfect. I love it. So here's a little look at it. I'm hoping to drive it next week as long as I get these rad hoses completed this weekend, which shouldn't be a problem. Oh, and another thing I do have to do is reroute the hard lines for the solenoid, because I did have this rad fan removed previously, and now I put it back on. It's really close to the manifold, so I had to make adjustments whenever I had this new intercooler put on. But since the intercooler was a little bit thinner, I was able to move the rad a little farther from the manifold, so it made some clearance for this fan, because cooling was a little bit of an issue just with the one fan because it's so small. But this should allow it to cool a lot better, even though it's so close to the manifold. So I will have to route these a little differently. It's going to have to go up and over the fan, and then back around over to here where it was mounted before. It will be hard lined again, just like the oil feed line. I just got all the lines right here. I might be able to use those same lines, just bend them a little bit to make it around the fan, and then it'll be finished on the solenoid. So yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will try to make more, as things to come, and if I get my roll bar ever, that'll be pretty much the last thing on this car. And then I'll be moving to the S2000 and we'll be doing builds on that. Anything else in this car will probably just be like rolling shots and other stuff like that, and just different kind of videos as soon as I get to them. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.